Yo, what's up, America? That's right. And once again, it's that time. It's on for the Nerd Strip Club. That's right. You got my boy Slim Jim Longfoot right here, your boy Johnny Quest, and we're here with a new episode of Nerd Strip Club. As always, man, you know we got tons to talk about, man. We haven't seen y'all in a while. A lot of dope shows have dropped. A lot of crazy things have happened. Unfortunately, your boy has not become president of the entire universe yet, but we still working on that. But as always, man, we don't have no anecdote this week. Maybe next week I'll tell y'all a story. This week we're gonna jump straight into it. Let's do it.
Yo, what's up, world? It's your man Slim Jim Longfoot, aka the Goat King of America. Over here to my right is JohnnyQuestGaming. Welcome to the Nerd Strip Club. We talking comics, hip hop, gaming, movies, and all things nerdy. So time to, it's time to get nerdy and dirty. So come in, shake your tail feather to the convo. Today is the 16th of November, 2021. And this is Tuesday. I'm making it do what it do what it does. You know what I'm saying? Johnny Quest Gaming, mellowing out the music. Okay, about to acknowledge the folk that's in the building right now. You know what I'm saying? We got up in the building. We got Life's Magical Journey in the building. My sister, big sister, YouTube, Tanya Porter. What's happening? You know what I'm saying? We got them up in this thing. You know what I'm saying? With Tanya Porter in the building. Who else is in the building? You know what I'm saying? If y'all can share us out, share us out. But you know what I'm saying? Hopefully in this broadcast right here, we can get up to 100 subscribers. Wouldn't that be dope, y'all? Wouldn't that be dope if y'all see the 100 subscribers? Also, if you haven't already, make sure subscribe to our channels. You know what I'm saying? My channel, Slim Jim Longfoot, and Johnny Quest Gaming. You know what I'm saying? Where we making it do what it do. You feel me? So what is going on, yo? It's a couple of things going on. As things go, mellow out the music, bring it down some. We got a couple of things to talk about. Obviously, we haven't been on in a little minute. Shout outs to y'all who checked out our last episode with Anthony Piper, the creator of True League. Since then, we got so many things to talk about. First and foremost, we are 1 week away from part 2 of Masters of the Universe Revelation. We are a week away from part 2, y'all. As y'all know, part 1 dropped on July 23rd during the summertime. It's been like a civil war between the real He-Man fans and the ones that don't understand plot. So
definitely that.
It's definitely been a war as far as that go. Also, we got I don't even want to get into it yet because I want Johnny Quest Gaming. Johnny Quest Gaming, he is going to, of course, kick us off with this most awesome new series that started earlier this month on the 6th of November, which I don't like that date, but this show right here gave me a reason to like that date. This Netflix series called Arcane, which is based on the online game series League of Legends. And you know what I'm saying? We're going to get into that. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Johnny Quest Gaming going to kick off because he's been a fan of the characters from that series for a minute. And y'all haven't checked it out yet. If you're a fan of animation, you ain't checked it out yet, I don't know what y'all are doing because this series is freaking beautiful. So before we get into all of that, let's see. We got movies to talk about, of course. We got some little music to talk about. Not necessarily new music, but I'm gonna tell y'all, hey, I had the experience of a lifetime because I seen the legendary Rolling Stones in person, y'all. So we'll talk more about that later. So make sure y'all tune in to find out more about that. Also, I'll be getting some art in myself because I'm gonna be working on some art during this our live stream here, as well as probably working on some art, on our live stream later for my art video series Goat1408 TV. Meantime, between time, Johnny Quest Gaming, let's talk about this Arcane, man.
All right, man. So put that in the middle of a Slim so they can see what we were looking at here, man. Any fans of the League of Legends series, which has been a MOBA for years. It's renowned for its player base and the amount of characters that are in there. I mean, the main selling point for this series has always been its amazing artwork. it's just been leaps and bounds. And then this time you actually get to see the cutscenes, which is what's going on, Tony? Get to see the cutscenes come to life in this new animated series. I mean, it's amazing. It starts from the very beginning about the two sisters, Jinx and Vi, who actually become separated. One is in the underworld, the other one's been locked away for a crime that she didn't commit. And it talk about the capability of them having magic. So at this point in the world, there's an up city, there's an under city, and then there's a top world city. And of course, you know how I go in real life, man. The people from the bottom are always the ones who having the hardest time. And so they basically in the song, oh yeah, Tony, it's more than pretty. It's more than pretty. Like the show artwork is definitely the selling point for this show. Is definitely the artwork. It's definitely that.
To y'all, okay, so right now currently is 6 episodes out. They broke them down into 3 acts. 3 episodes came out each Saturday from the 6th to the 13th, and the last 3, which will be the season finale this weekend coming up, is going to be on the 20th. So these two sisters, Vi and Powder, both grew up in the Undercity. They had a dude watching after them, and due to events, we don't want to spoil too much for y'all if y'all haven't seen it yet. But due to events, they ended up getting separated, and we catch up with them as time passes in the second act. And then in the third act, the third act is about to go down in the third act. That character right there is, y'all can see, JohnnyQuestGaming. He's showcasing her right now. That's the character from League of Legends. Tell them more about your how you liking Jinx, because you like this character for a good little minute. That's why he of course has the toy, and he has an unboxing on his channel as well. And yes, Latanya Porter, blood and guts is up in this thing. Not a whole bunch of gore, but it's got some action. I'm gonna say it like that. It's got action.
Yeah, it's got light action, man. It's not blood and gore.
It's not Mortal Kombat now. It's not Mortal Kombat now.
Yeah, I wouldn't even call it gore at all. I mean, it's
just action.
I mean, it's got a little harsh language every now and again, but I mean, it's not even that serious. I mean, it's definitely, you can sit down and watch it with the family. It's a family show. I mean, for the most part. I mean, there are some scenes, some suggested stuff so far. I mean, the next few episodes just go completely left, but it's a sci-fi adventure, but mainly it's just got a really good story behind it. With it having so much, I guess, the video game history, you can say, with it being a MOBA, really big MOBA. They actually have contests for League of Legends all the time.
MOBA is, because some people don't know.
MOBA is kind of like a battle arena type game where you control a whole entire army of characters, and then you're going against other characters at the same time. Basically, it's the claim the towers type thing. So it's a group of enemies that attack a tower, and you try to claim as many towers as possible, pretty much. I mean, I'm not a big MOBA fan. I've never been. I mean, whenever I saw League of Legends for the first time, I was like, oh man, I got to play this. The artwork is amazing. And it was a MOBA, and I was a little disappointed because I really wanted it. If y'all know about Johnny Quest, I like RPGs, I like action games, I like things I can really jump into. But that was just a little bit too, it's all over the place. And they got a lot of, and that's the funny part about MOBAs. MOBAs and first-person shooters, in that anime art style, like you look at Overwatch, they tend to be really, really beautiful, like character designs. Like that's their thing. They do really, really good character designs and their artwork. That's what they sell. And their art books always refine all these different characters. So, but Arcane, man, it's a dope show. It's an episode show. It's not a full streaming show. Netflix is a little different from Netflix. They trying to drop them down in 3 episode increments every Friday, Saturday, whatever. But it's a dope show, man. I've been following the character Jinx for years. I always like her style. She got that grungy tank girl type style with all kind of crazy weapons, like her bombs. Y'all see on the show, you'll see her use her bombs, which are all decorated and whatnot. But
I put it like this: if you like Harley Quinn, then you're gonna love Jinx.
Yeah, she like a Harley Quinn / tank girl. Tanya, I know you've heard of Tank Girl. You've been on the.
She know Tank Girl. Hey, Tank Girl came out in the 90s. She know Tank Girl. We got a girl. I can't remember old girl name, but you know who played in a league of their own. Who played Tank Girl? So yeah, she know Tank Girl.
I don't know why I want to say Penny Marshall, but it's not Penny Marshall. But you know, I know, man. It's just that's the first name to come to my head when I think of her. It was like Penny Marshall, something like that. Yeah, man. But yeah, so
Penny
check
Marshall.
that show out, man. That's a dope one. Like that's definitely the show that people are gonna really love as far as artwork wise. So I just had a chance to see Shang Chi, man, and for all of y'all to just follow the channel, and you know, Slim did a review on Shang Chi, and your boy Johnny Quest, man, have been busy, all that, haven't had a chance to do Shang Chi. You can bring it down, Slim. I'll show you. But like Shang Chi, man, I really enjoyed Shang Chi. I think it was a different take on the Marvel universe. There's a lot of Easter eggs in there, so I thought that was really dope. That there's a lot of Easter eggs. I would show y'all some Easter eggs, but here lately, when we show anything on YouTube other than a picture, we've always getting all these copyright strikes.
So, they be going for the copyright, man. That's
exactly they hit us for some type of weird copyright. But you know what? I'm just gonna show y'all a nice little Easter egg column here. If you go ahead and show the screen now.
You're showing some steel shots.
Yeah, we show some steel shots here, man. So so the movie follows the Master of Kung Fu. If y'all haven't read that, that's an old school joint. You know what I mean? They didn't want to go with Master of Kung Fu, I guess, because in this day and age, it wouldn't have really drove the whole Marvel MCU title behind it, because so many people are into Kung Fu and it's like, oh, Master Kung Fu. Who that is, man? He ain't no Master Kung Fu. Who you think he is? You know what I'm saying? Is that a new Bruce Lee movie? No, it's not. It's about Shang Chi. He's got the power of the 10 rings, which are these ancient artifacts that give its users powers. It makes them live long. It makes them not completely, they're not indestructible with the 10 rings, but they do have faster healing ranges, more speed, just superhuman in that aspect. They kind of become like demigods in a way. And if y'all haven't seen Eternals, you know, we'll get to that later.
Lori Petty. Thank you, sis. Thank you. Lori Petty.
Yeah, Lori Petty. I know it was something Penny Petty. Yeah, Lori Petty. Thank you. But yeah, so you know, Shang-Chi, this movie was talking about the origins of Shang-Chi and how he came to be. You saw his pops had the 10 rings, and they did a lot in this movie. I mean, I won't give away a whole lot of spoilers, but one of the Easter eggs, if y'all haven't seen, if you've seen Iron Man 3 and you saw the Mandarin played brilliantly by Ben Kingsley, which was kind of a letdown for a lot of fans, because when we saw that and we saw Ben Kingsley as the Mandarin, we was like, yo, that's perfect. He is the perfect dude to play the Mandarin. Like, that is the perfect thing. Unfortunately, he was a Shakespearean actor, and you know, any part in Hollywood nowadays, to do any role, you got to be a Shakespearean actor. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I can understand how the Mandarin got picked, but so you know, you had to be a Shakespearean actor, whatever.
You play a drug dealer, you got to be a thespian of the highest order.
Right, you got to be a fool. Have you done Othello? Then no, you cannot play. But I'm just playing the hood dude on the street, number one. Nah. We don't believe that you can do it. I just literally left the jail for armed robbery, and I'm coming over here to do the same role. You think I can't do it? Nah, we need you to read these and read that. Okay. I just ain't gangster enough, I guess. I'm not hard enough. I'm gonna change my life up. But yeah, so you know, they had Ben Kingsley, and he got to reprise the role. And we actually saw that there was more ties in this particular Easter egg of the Mandarin being around, because we find out that Shang-Chi's father is really the Mandarin, and that they were kind of using that persona, his image, to try to strike fear. But you know what, though? They kind of, you know, you throw stuff in to try to make something make sense and all that, but I don't think a dude of his power and who he is, you would just randomly do videos like that, because the government already know that the Mandarin exists, and he was kind of in the shadows, and he was more his army was more like ninjas. And in clear right here, we see kind of like insurgents. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess this is stretched. I mean, I guess they tried to to put something over it. But yeah, so the symbol you see back here is right here, and then you got the father with the 10 rings, and then you see in a lot of the battle here. But I don't want to give a lot of it away, man. But the end was pretty cool because you got to see Shang Chi come into the world. But I thought it was a dope movie overall. Slim, what your thoughts was?
Well, hey, Shang Chi was a dope movie, man. I was completely and utterly satisfied from beginning to end. First and foremost, the action on it was freaking dope. The action on it was straight up popping. The bus scene, the bus scene, like that was that. If they didn't do any more action in the movie, you know what I'm saying, that bus scene alone was freaking crazy. The building scene, you know what I'm saying, the of course, you know, the final act, you know, with the action going on there, and you know what they were facing and going against, you know, all of that culminated into making, you know, a great movie. And you know, it was a great movie about, you know, as far as like self-discovery and you know, learning who you really are.
Right,
Hey,
right.
promise you, it's way better. It's way better than. It's
It's
way
way
better.
better than Crouching Tiger Park. Nah.
You know, you we hey is way
And see,
better.
that's a lot of the stereotypes. I think people, when they saw it, they was like, "Oh, it's Crouching Tiger," but you know, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is just based on traditional Chinese culture and for martial arts. You know what I mean? The flying and the float and all that. It was a beautiful, and there is a Crouching Tiger Part 2. Anyway, Tony, what you mean? Anyway, but this more Marvel is kind of, you know, Marvel is the Marvel comic universe right now is trying to show y'all what the universe is, because comic book readers, we already know that Marvel is more than just Spider-Man, just fighting human villains. And so in these few movies, what they did was they let y'all know, they took a whole lot of time to show y'all that there's more to there's superheroes first of all, and there's people with powers. And then it's another universe out there with aliens and a lot of aliens going on, and you got aliens and interdimensional beings and villains. But on top of that, now we're getting into the magic with Doctor Strange and with Shang-Chi. Now you're saying that there's magical realms and there's other realms completely that have all in this universe. Because the Marvel universe, again, it's the Marvel universe, and they got years of content, and now they got to try to push into a few years and get all the fans up to speed. So right now we're trying to get everybody up to speed and be like, okay, well, this is the Marvel universe, and this is what it is. You know what I mean? So you're seeing the magic element, and Shang-Chi was a great one to start showing the magic element, because for a while y'all haven't seen the magic element at all. Hold on a second, y'all. I got a quick pause because apparently I'm getting invaded.
Yeah, because with that being said, just to go off of what Johnny Quest Gaming was saying, with the MCU expanding as far as, you know, now that they have access to characters that they didn't at first, such as the Fantastic Four and the X-Men, they're having a chance to expand their universe, because the X-Men movies and the Fantastic Four movies that we got beforehand, for those that don't know, you know, as far as it go, they weren't a part of the MCU. Those movies wasn't a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because Marvel sold off the movie rights of those characters, you know, before the MCU came into being. So like yeah, true. Hey, that's very understandable. Sis, when it comes to like Hawkeye and, you know, the non superpowered characters, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Falcon, they aren't needed, but then they are needed in the sense that, you know, they still represent the everyday person. You know what I'm saying? In that sense, you know, like Iron Man himself was a regular person. You know what I'm saying? He just had, you know, knew how to build mechanical suits. But then when you get into the more superheroic aspect, as far as people with powers, like the Fantastic Four, they have powers. Spider-Man has powers. Captain America had powers, you know what I'm saying? And now we're getting more into the characters of this universe that has powers, because, you know, when Thor came out, Thor seemed so unusual in that world, because you basically had this guy coming down, or alien, or whatever you want to call him. And so, you know, with Thor coming into the mix, and then of course Guardians of the Galaxy coming into the mix, you know, the reveal of Thanos at the end of Avengers, you know, opened the world to beyond Earth. And then now we're getting into Johnny Quest Gaming, just We just lost him, but he's coming back, y'all. So we got into all of this, just extra stuff going on in the MCU, and what they have done from 2008 up until this point has been incredible, or marvelous, as you would want to say. It's been incredible for them to weave this whole universe together, starting from the first Iron Man movie up until this new the new Hawkeye that we have coming later on this month, next month when it's coming out. So
yeah, come on later on. I think the end of this month or maybe early December. But so yeah, Tony. I mean, with the characters, you got your supporting cast. I mean, these characters with Marvel, they're like I said, they're trying to comprise everything into one big universe. Like they playing catch up. They got to teach y'all the entire 65 plus years or whatever in one little small segment of trying to see what these characters are and who they are and what they came from. And it's hard, you know what I mean? It's got to be hard because a lot of these people are going to movies and they have no idea what a Hawkeye is or who's a Falcon or how why is Captain America so strong? Oh, the Super Serum Soldier. Okay, well, how did he get the Super Serum Soldier? Okay, well, why wasn't he back here? And okay, well, Thor, where does Thor come from? And who is he? And how did Iron Man come to be? If it was just me and the rest of the comic book fans just going to the movie and they decide to say, oh, well, in this particular movie, they're going to fight Ultron and Thanos at the same time. We'd be like, okay, cool. That's what's up. Mm-hmm. Who's going to be in there? Oh, it's going to be Black Panther, Iron Man, all this. We don't need the backstory. But a lot of the fans who haven't, or the people catching up, they need all that backstory. And so right now, you're looking at a universe that's just coming together. No, I mean, it just depends on. It's one of them things. If you want to know it, you're gonna learn it. If you don't learn it, you ain't gonna learn. But I mean, they breaking it down as comprehensively as possible. I mean, every single movie is an origin story, and it tells the plot. Like most people, you ain't got to really retell Batman. You know what Batman is. His parents.
Yeah, like the like I say, the three main man characters, the three main man superheroes, Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. Pretty much everybody in their mama know their origins. Like Batman, parents got killed. Superman, planet blew up, came here, raised by good people, blah, blah, blah. Spider-Man got bit by a spider. You know what I mean? That's pretty much the whole thing on him. He got bit by a radioactive spider. Everybody know their three origins like that as far as that go. Because, those have been the top heroes for, nearly 60 to over 80 years as far as the other two. And then Spider-Man next year be 60 years old, which is so freaking crazy thinking about that. But like this month marks 60 years since the first issue of the Fantastic Four, November 1961. That was basically what catapulted and jump-started the Marvel Universe as we know it from Fantastic Four issue 1 on forth, even though Marvel Comics had been around since like 1939, but nobody really paying any attention to them early years from 39 on up until Fantastic Four's debut in 1961, because beforehand, it wasn't, that major. All of the major characters that were debuted in the 60s, up under the creation of legendary writer, the late Stan Lee, and all the different artists that he worked with, from Jack Kirby to Steve Ditko, John Romita, and so many others that he co-created these characters with. They laid the foundation for the Marvel Universe into what we got up to this point. Now the DC characters, of course, we all know their characters: Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. Those were the characters that's been around since the early 30s. I mean, excuse me, not early 30s, but late 30s into the 40s. They basically had the run of the mill beforehand. So, we're seeing so much regarding that. And of course, like the superhero, as far as the superhero movie genre, I call it that, the superhero movie genre, as we know, has been in full force since 1978, since the first Superman movie with Christopher Reeve. And we've had, of course, some gaps in between then, because technology wasn't up to par and whatnot like that. But when it came to stuff such as the Fantastic Four, like that's such a dope picture of the Fantastic Four. Is that supposed to be Ben right there?
Yeah, that's Ben.
Ben got a full suit on.
Yep.
And ain't Rocky looking. Check him out.
I love the art direction in this, because you see Ben, he's burly, muscular, you know what I mean? Then you got
As
Reed,
he
you know, he
always
got his
is.
great. But look at Johnny Storm. Johnny Storm is the younger brother. Like they gave him that younger brother image. Like I thought that was dope.
Is that the new series?
Well, it's great that you mentioned that. So I'm telling, like I was just saying, Slim was just telling y'all, man, the Marvel comic universe is now starting to cultivate those things. So I really be honest, they started out the series with small potatoes. The Avengers is cool. Iron Man is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we can break it down to you, Tony. But so now we get into the Fantastic Four. Like Slim was just telling you, like it's
The
certain
first
characters in
family
the
of Marvel.
universe that's gonna be real big, and they haven't shown them yet. But now you got the Fantastic Four. As a matter of fact, early this week I was able to, because you know I do the toy hunting thing, y'all. I was able to catch. Let me turn my light out because my light is like super bright. But I was able to catch these in the wave. So what Marvel is doing, and everybody, they're going back and they're starting to show the classic characters so y'all can see where the characters come from. So I was able to get this wave. This is Mr. Fantastic, and this is the classic wave of the figures right now. This is pretty dope figure. You know what I mean? It's got his lab coat, which comes off, and the hands are switchable, and they got the old school card on here to show you the different ones. So this is Mr. Fantastic Four. In the comic book universe, Mr. Fantastic is the smartest guy in the room. I mean, him, Charles Xavier, people of that nature, Hank Pym, Iron Man. These guys in the comic book actually form the Illuminati. So, yeah. So that's that one. I got the Sue Storm, aka the Invisible Girl. She has capability to control invisible force fields and control invisible powers. Then of course her younger brother picked up the Johnny Storm. I got the Johnny Storm right here.
Come on, baby, flame on!
Yeah, man, flame on. And then I got
we've been waiting on since we've been waiting on Fantastic Four to come back, because the Fantastic Four was the end all to be all when it came to
end all be all. End all be all. Y'all like
if the Fantastic Four wasn't involved, then you know what I'm saying,
it was a big event.
It ain't
it was, period. I mean, the Fantastic Four was a thing. Then that's Graham, and then you can't have the Fantastic Four without having this guy right here, Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom is one of the things that set it all off. Like when it comes to Dr. Doom, if you gotta rate all of the Marvel villains, Dr. Doom is gonna be number one. Dr. Doom is number one, Magneto number two. You know what I'm saying?
Dr. Doom has had the Infinity Gems. You know, Doom has been that dude. Like he is the villain of the series. Like Fantastic Four, man. Y'all. So I'll give you a little history lesson real quick. So Kane the Conqueror, that's gonna be the big thing in this next phase, is actually a descendant of well, I don't know if he like his uncle because he's a descendant.
Yeah, he's not a descendant, but he's a relative. He's a family member of Reed Richards, because he's like we lost our Sketchboy again, we lost our Johnny Quest again. But Kane the Conqueror is a descendant of a relative. He's a descendant of Reed Richards' dad. That's what he is. He's a descendant of Reed Richards' dad. He's not a descendant of Reed Richards. He's a descendant of Reed Richards' dad. Like he's like a descendant of like one of his kids, like one of Reed, like a future sibling of Reed Richards. That's what he is. He's a descendant of Reed Richards' siblings.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, he's a descendant of our Reed Richards' dad, not Reed Richards himself.
So yeah, so like Slim was telling you, so yeah, he's a distant family member, but King is really powerful. But then we got to get into, of course, their son that they have, Franklin Richards, which is super power, super strong. But it's a whole nother rabbit hole, man. May not come out to phase 5, whatever the next phase is of Marvel. Of course, y'all know, if y'all haven't been watching anything lately, but y'all have seen all the Disney Plus shows that are releasing this year, next year, and the year after. One big one on there is the X-Men 97, which comes with a lot of controversy as to whether it's going to be good or whether it's going to be bad. It's actually a recap, or not a recap, a continuation of the 90s X-Men from the last season that happened in 97. I'm happy about it. But see, Slim will tell you something different. He got different thoughts on it.
Yeah, I'm just not. I rather what I would rather them do instead of doing that. I would rather them just take the gumption to animate classic stories of the X-Men from the 70s, from the 80s, from the 90s, in the same way that they create, from manga to anime, or even so, what DC does with their animated movies, how they make movies based off of big stories in their collective universes. They should just go ahead and just go ahead and get the best animation studio possible and go ahead and bring to life from word for word these great X-Men stories, instead of just trying to hobble together some crap, trying to make it like, oh yeah, we're going to make it X-Men 97. X-Men 97 wasn't up to par as far as the X-Men in 97. Like the X-Men of the late 90s was coming out with stories that was not up to par, you know what I'm saying? And the cartoon that lasted from 92 to 97, you know what I'm saying? I give them props of making. I won't say that they made the X-Men bigger than they were, because the comic books was already doing that themselves. The cartoon didn't make the comic books popular. The comic books made the cartoons popular in the sense of the comic books had great stories coming about in it. You feel me? So, but them trying to relive the X-Men 97 is just they can't replicate that. If anything, they just need, like I say, I want to see some stories with like the original X-Men. I want to see some stories with like the early 80s X-Men. I want to see some stories with like if they animate the Phalanx COVID, or if they animated Age of Apocalypse or something of that nature, instead of what I'm saying, things of that nature. We got Advice with Mel in the building. Shout out to Advice with Mel for coming through. Hey, what it do though?
Yeah, so Mel, the new show is the Disney announced that the show will be X-Men 97. It's going to be a continuation from where X-Men left off in their final season, continuing that storyline. And of course, you get to see Wolverine in the bed pining over Jean Grey, which
Wolverine in the cartoon was the ultimate simp. He was the ultimate simp. Like he was he wasn't skipping on his simping at all. He wasn't skipping on his simping at all. He is a SIMP to the highest order.
he was just listening and smelling what was going on in the other rooms. You know what I mean? He's no. I mean, Wolverine. Nothing personal, bro. I can only imagine what you smell like under that costume. And then let's get on Wolverine for a second. You look like a banana devil. Like he looked like he advertised for like a banana pepper with like a devil. I don't know. He just don't look like simp. He is a simp. Tell you. Okay, so listen. He's holding a picture. He's holding a picture of Jean Grey and Scott Summers. That's what he's looking at.
Right.
He's looking at a dude with his girl. Keep in mind, Wolverine he has great hearing ability. He can smell everything that's going on, and he can sense what's going on. And they are married in a couple of rooms away. So I'm just going to let you sit with that image. I'm not going to go no further than that. I'm going to try to keep it as PG as possible. But he is the biggest simp on the planet. That's all I'm going to say. But, yeah, Wolverine.
You ain't never lying on that, man. Real talk. Like, they just need to stop with that. Shout out to Advice with Mel being in the building. Yo, we've been talking about a couple of things. Yo, Advice with Mel, I'm telling you right now, if you let me zoom in on it real quick. If you yourself, Mel, if you ain't seen that show on Netflix called Arcane yet, yo, you need to check that out. It is just beautiful. It is action. It's freaking dope, man. If you ain't checked that out yet, yeah, you definitely gotta go check that out for real though.
That's definitely needed. That's a doctor prescribed medicine right there. Go see that ASAP. So besides that, we got the first trailer, well not trailer, but production trailer of something I'm really excited for, y'all. The Obi-Wan series. That is gonna be dope. I mean, I'm a lifelong Star Wars fan. I'll tell anybody that. I'm a lifelong Star Wars fan. There ain't nothing about Star Wars besides the prequels that I don't like for the most part. Let's just keep it a hundo there. I mean,
the prequels or the sequels?
The sequels. I'm sorry, the sequels.
The sequels.
Yeah, I do not like the sequels for the fact that they're
crap.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part. I mean,
but you can at least watch. Crap is just crap.
yeah. I mean, I think it was a lot of we call her the devil with Kathleen Kennedy, but yeah, a lot of that was her.
We ain't gonna mention that devil name on here, dog. I rebuke thee. I rebuke thee. I mean, she just 1K away from having my complete skeeve. Like,
yeah, man. But yeah, so Ian McGregor is reprising the role as Obi-Wan Kenobi. If y'all don't know about him being Obi-Wan Kenobi, he was Obi-Wan Kenobi in the prequels. And the Obi-Wan Kenobi doing the Clone Wars series, and now this takes place right after the Order 66, and you got a history lesson on that real quick. Order 66 is the initiative to basically hunt down and destroy all Jedis or Force users in the galaxy by order of Darth Sidious. So he's actually in hiding. He took young Luke Skywalker to Tatooine and is raising him there and kind of watching over him. So, for years we've been thinking like, dang, it didn't make no sense. Like, why was Obi-Wan Kenobi? He just chilling out in the woods. If he got all this going on, why he ain't come and try to train Luke Skywalker as a Jedi? Why he ain't do this? Why he ain't do that? So at the end of the day, what I'm saying, this is going to tell the story of that, what happened, and a lot of people, my friends alike, like Dave, don't want to see this in particular because he's pissed off at the fact that Obi-Wan Kenobi meets Darth Vader. But again, the statement was, last we met, I was mere the student, but now I am the master. That doesn't mean that Darth Vader, because, I mean, that's saying that Darth Vader lost the fight. Because the last time that he met Anakin was Anakin. He wasn't Darth Vader. So for Darth Vader to make a reference like that, yeah, I guess you could push it to that. But honestly, I think they did make another fight before this because it only makes sense. It only be relevant. Why would Darth Vader not try to challenge Obi-Wan Kenobi again? And Obi-Wan Kenobi yet again laid a smackdown because Obi-Wan Kenobi is the best lightsaber combat fighter in the Jedi series. You've seen him defeat Darth Maul, Count Dooku. Like, he's the man. He's that dude. But yeah, this series is gonna be dope, man. But you know what? I seen a meme today, Sim, that I thought was so funny. Sim.
What was that?
It had Darth Vader, and Darth Vader was like, "That's a nice lightsaber you got." And then he said, "Thank you." He was like, "Yeah, I remember last time I used it was to kill children." But literally, that lightsaber is that. Like, that is the history behind that lightsaber. Like, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you gave him his father's lightsaber, but his father's lightsaber was used to kill younglings.
Right.
So how happy could you be? Then you can tell it was cursed because Luke got his hand cut off and he lost it.
Right. I don't want that no more.
Right.
Yeah, that mug is just skeeving. Like. I mean, it's a lightsaber, but could you imagine if it was a blade, like an actual blade? Like you couldn't wash none of that blood off. Like, that blood is in there.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
It's all in there.
Yeah, bro. And that's what's funny too about it. It's like he just decided to throw Darth Sidious in a hole, and then all of a sudden he got retribution for killing all the younglings. Like, that's how the Force work. Like, for real? Hold on.
Right. Shoot, I don't know about that one.
But hey, man, I mean, and you know, I'm excited about this show. I hope that it's gonna be amazing. I mean, I love the fact that Hayden Christensen is coming back playing Darth Vader.
Mm-hmm.
Watching the Clone Wars, playing the video game, and you get to play as Darth Vader, and you get to play him as Anakin. Back in the day, there was a actual game made out of the third Star Wars prequel, Revenge of the Sith, and it was so dope because Anakin had so much finesse. Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely has a lot of capabilities. I mean, really, be honest, they haven't really got into Darth Vader's powers because a lot of things that when we see Darth Vader in the movies, they didn't have the technology to really show how powerful Darth Vader was or how powerful Jedis are. So nowadays we kind of get a chance to see a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Because Darth Vader, even as Darth Vader, he ain't no simp. What's the name had to calm down his powers a lot. Darth City, that was a work in progress. Like he did a lot of things with his armor. That's why he's so clunky and he moves so slow. Is because they had better technology. To be perfectly honest, they could have got Anakin to the point where Anakin looked like Anakin, but that was a choice by Darth Sidious to keep Darth Vader on his side, to keep him under control. Because after that little scream, y'all seen the third movie, Revenge of the Sith, where he was screaming and yelling about Padme being destroyed. Darth Vader tried to use his abilities to crush and kill everybody around him with the Force. But Darth Sidious was like, hey, no, dog, you got to calm that down. I'm crying about Padme, whatever name is. He shut that down. So he made his suit intentionally the most crappiest parts he could so he could keep constant control over Darth Vader. Like, it's really painful. Like, his suit, he's got needles in his head on purpose. They make that as painful as possible. His suit, the internals of it is supposed to be extremely itchy, and his lung system was made to be as loud as possible so he couldn't get sleep. So all this stuff was meant to throw him off so he couldn't really tap into the powers of the Force like he needs to. So that's why he moves so and all that, because Darth City had him in constant turmoil. So when y'all see Darth Vader, you're like, dang, that's an angry dude. He should be.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, y'all see how the boy breathe. What you say? Sis said is Star Trek being redone too because Star Wars was being around and never been a TV show. Oh yeah, Star Trek they got as a matter of fact, because isn't it a new season of Discovery that's coming out?
Yeah, it's a new season Discovery. So Tanya, they did want to do Star Wars back in the 80s as a TV show. There was a lot of stuff around trying to do Star Wars as a TV show. They got pilots that you can actually go look up on certain place, but it didn't go well because, again, the technology that Star Wars was on the forefront when it came out. Star Trek was cool, but Star Trek, you could tell that there was a lot of special effects that weren't up to par. Where when Star Trek came out, I mean, Star Wars came out in 1978, it's still the most cutting edge sci-fi to this day. To this day. Like,
to this day.
It was definitely on the cutting edge. So they couldn't really do a TV show that was going to get the rights and the power behind it. Even though Star Wars is $1 billion movie every time it comes out and a huge franchise, they went towards the toys more than they did the TV shows.
Right.
So next up, what we got, Slim? What we got up next?
Shoot. Okay, so as I alluded to earlier, y'all. I mean, as far as music go, the Rolling Stones, y'all. When I say
I'm jealous.
Them dudes, Mick Jagger, Michael Jagger, however you want to call him, the energy that dude still got at the age of 78. I saw them 5 days ago, y'all, on Veterans Day. That dude is freaking phenomenal. Like, he still moves like he was moving 50 years ago, 60 years ago, however long ago you want to say. Like, the Rolling Stones, they was getting in. This show also happens to be the concert that I was at. Happened to be their very first concert without Charlie, their drummer, who's been their drummer since the very beginning. He's a founding member of the Rolling Stones. Charlie Watts, he died a couple of months ago at the age of 80, and this was their first show without their drummer, and so You know what I'm saying? It was like, wow, like
Man, Mick Jagger looked great for being 78, bro.
yeah, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like Mick Jagger hasn't aged as far as like physically. He hasn't aged in about a good 20 years. Like he still looks like how he looked in the early 2000s, about 20
That's
years
because
ago.
he doing his ritual dance. He doing his
Exactly. He knows his sympathy for the devil. He been doing it since he doing his sympathy for the devil dance. hey, you know what I'm saying?
It didn't work for Pops, man. Unfortunately, it didn't work for Pops, man. I used to love that on when James Avery used to do what's the name on the Wayne brothers when he used to do
Oh
his
no. You talking about you talking about John Witherspoon, not James Avery.
Well, I'm saying James Avery, John Witherspoon, yeah, John Witherspoon, man. That was classic. I used to love when he did the man do that whole dance, but he was on point.
Do that thing, bang, bang, bang. Do that thing, bang, 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 Henry. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what it is. And it's just like, yo, like that dude, like he got too much energy, y'all. I mean, the seeing it in person is freaking crazy. You know, it's freaking crazy. And if y'all haven't already, you know what I'm saying, like you can, like, it's so crazy, like it's so amazing how technology has improved as far as, you know, being able to see stuff you know, from, you know, back in the days, of course, before we born. Like, you know, we grew up on seeing this stuff, but when you look at it now, like, you know, they got a concert of the Rolling Stones on YouTube right now, from 68, from 1968, and it's in 4K, and it looks like it was just it looks like it just happened today. Like it looks that good, it looks that clear, it looked like it just happened today. You know what I'm saying? And it's so crazy to look at it. Like John Lennon, he out there in the audience watching the Stones perform, and it is from 1968, which is now 53 years ago now. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna pull it up for y'all. So not on here because, you know, copyright, but I'm gonna pull up the link so y'all can check that out when y'all get a chance though. So yeah, definitely check that out. And like it's such a trip, man. And yo, I say again, like I thought Diddy wasn't gonna stop. You know, when Diddy started saying can't stop, won't stop, I thought Diddy ain't been stopping, but no. Y'all think about the fact that 40 years ago, 1981, the song "Start Me Up" came out. He been starting ever since. He ain't stopped. Right. You know what I mean?
But that's crazy though, man. Like to see them. And you know, me personally, I just naturally thought the man was like 1,000 years old. Like seriously, like whenever I was hearing about the concert, I was like, oh yeah, Mick Jagger, man, he probably just gonna be sitting around chilling for the most part because these dudes is old. But nah, man,
Keith Richards was actually sitting around like Keith. He, yo, it was good seeing him out there because like he was up there on the stool, and he was on the stool just like in one position for a good number of times. But the way that dude played that guitar still, bro, he played that guitar just still, and he still played that guitar nasty. Other dude too. I can't recall his name right now. I think Ron. He's up there doing his thing, man. And then the guy who replaced the drummer, he black dude who replaced the drummer. His name Jordan. That's his last name, Jordan. He was getting it in. He was getting in. And of course, you know, Mick Jagger always got him a black girl up there with him singing too. You know what I'm saying? She was up there looking good and singing. And I mean, just like the performances, the way they had the visuals on the stage and everything like that, it was just freaking crazy. And also the Zach Bryan, shout out to the Zach Bryan band. They played before the Rolling Stones. They opened for them, so they played. They said did they think Zach Brown band? They are a local band from Georgia. They've been around for a good little minute. You know what I'm saying? They played their songs. They big hits and everything like that. And
they got to open for the Stones. How incredible is that?
Right, that part. And without further ado, also y'all, and this wasn't the same concert though, but a few nights before that, which actually 5 days before the Rolling Stones, I was at another concert, which I know my bro mad about because I wish he could have been there, but I was trying to look at everything for you, boy. Metallica. So I mean, yeah, it's definitely been a rock and roll type of month for your goat out here, y'all. And I mean, I know those are concerts that I never will gonna be spending no money on because I ain't got it like that. But the fact that I was able to be at both of them concerts, man, that was an amazing feat. But I was also daggone on cringe too, because I was out there looking at all the people. I'm just like, oh god, I get the heebie-jeebies now seeing people up on each other. It's just like it's like 2020 done mess me up. All right, for real. But, yo, hey, at this point, sis, I'm here to believe that Mick Jagger is Viagra. I mean, he's got to be Viagra. He is Viagra. I mean, yo, do you know he got a kid that was born in 2016, son?
Wow. And that's man, wow.
Yeah.
And, that's the thing too, going completely off topic, like with our comic books and our games and our music,
before you keep going, dog, seriously, they don't know where they're going to get on point. Oh, Mick Jagger knew where he was at, because you know what, when he was on the stage,
shout out to Atlanta.
Yeah, he made the shout. He was like, "Hey, we're here in Atlanta, AT Islands." I was like,
right. He even said after the show he went to the Waffle House, so he knew what was going on.
Hey, Mick know what was going on. He probably on the west side after the show, for all we know.
Right.
He had him west side shouting.
Man, we're just straight up there chilling, bro. But yeah, I mean that just goes to show y'all, a lot of us, we look at our age and our time and we think we got a time limit, but you're only as young as you feel and you act, pretty much.
That part. I mean, Mick Jagger is living proof for me to say, oh, okay, bet. Okay, bet. I got you, bro. I got you.
And we are much, much younger than him, almost 40-some years. So that's
right. Like, you know what I'm saying? We were babies. We were literal babies when Start Me Up came out.
Right.
So it's a trip. It's a whole trip, man. It's a whole trip. So you ready to talk about that there? So you ready to talk about
man, I mean, we got to wrap it up soon, so we got to go into our movie topic and our game topic. So movie topic, man, it's a lot of movies coming out. Again, the Eternals came out. If y'all haven't seen the Eternals, go check that out. Shang Chi. It's a big year for Marvel, man. Coming towards the end of the year, we had Black Widow for the beginning of the year. We got the Eternals. We had Shang Chi, and now we get into Spider-Man: No Way Home, which it was just a big topic right now. What's going to be in the movie and what's not going to be in the movie? Me personally, at this point, I don't care.
I don't care either. Like, I've never like you already know, dog. When it comes to speculations about this, that, and the third in movies, I just don't care. I see when the movie come out. I don't care about because that's how people hype themselves up, and then they get disappointed because this, that, and the third didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't hype themselves up to the point where they thinking daggone every Spider-Man in existence is gonna be in the movie. Miles Morales is gonna be in the movie. Daggone Spider-Gwen gonna be in the movie, and this, that, and the third. They thinking everybody and their mama gonna be in the daggone Spider-Man movie. They think all 5 Uncle Bens and Aunt Jemima's gonna be in the movie. I mean, they they hype themselves up too daggone much. You know what I'm saying on that tip. So like when the movie come out, it come out. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, only thing that you hope is that it's better than the last movie, because the last movie I didn't care for, overall, did care for. Like, it was some scenes that were great in the last movie, Far From Home, it was some cool stuff in there, but other than that, I mean, it wasn't really up to par. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, we're gonna see what it's gonna be. We're gonna see.
A lot of people gonna be mad at me for saying this, son, but I have never liked this kid as being Spider-Man. I mean, he always seemed like a generic Spider-Man to me. It's like he never really truly had the look of Spider-Man. And I mean, even as a young kid, he looked like a kid who cosplayed Spider-Man. Now, the crazy part is, if y'all the Easter egg at the end of Iron Man 3, where the kid stuck out in front of Rhino, it's supposed to be this Spider-Man. Now, okay, he looks like that kid who stood in front of Spider-Man, which was just a generic kid that would have had a costume on. But I don't see him as being Spider-Man. I never have. I probably never will.
Wait. Are you talking about that the boy and the little kid that had the Iron Man mask on in Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At
yeah,
the end of Iron Man 2.
Yeah, that's what you're
Yeah,
talking
that's
about.
supposed to be him.
Yeah, they were saying that it's supposed to be that was supposed to be him as a kid or whatever. I mean, if it was, it was. If it was, whatever, But yeah,
But I liked Homecoming mainly because, in a lot of time, the characters are only good as they rogue gallery. And in that movie, of course, you had Michael Keaton, who was a phenomenal actor, and the fact that he was playing Vulture made it awesome. I mean, they took a lot away from the Toombs character, kind of simplified and made him to a family man, and this, that, and the third, and did their connections to it, which was cool. I mean, it is what it is. But this Spider-Man, he's literally Iron Man's boy. Like he's a Iron Man kid sidekick. Like he's got an Iron Man Dakota ring on. He's scratching it off to try to see what the next message is from Ovaltine. I mean, but I mean, I'm not trying to bash it or anything, because I mean it's a fun movie for what it is. The last one, Far Away From Home, I thought was trash. I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was garbage. I mean,
Far From Home was trash. It was straight trash. I mean, the only thing that I will say that was good about it, in the sense, I mean, I like the whole Mysterio concept. I liked how they tied in Mysterio and his whole gang with going back to the beginning with Iron Man and everything like that. All the people who Iron Man did dirty over the years. What I'm saying, basically come up to steal the technology. I mean, that was cool. But the whole Night Monkey situation, and I mean him just simping for MJ throughout the whole time, it was just a little too much going on as far as that goes. It was too extra and unnecessary. And then the Nick Fury, like you felt like it was something different about Nick Fury the whole time, because Nick Fury just had too much sass going on with him. He was more like Samuel L. Jackson as opposed to being Nick Fury in the movie. So that's when you knew it was something kind of off about Nick Fury. And then of course we got that revelation at the end, and
there's scrolls. But you know what? Another thing about that movie that kind of pissed me off, it was they did the whole Mandarin effect again, because Mysterio,
yeah, with the dimensions and stuff, and so
like he was like, wow, they really opened up the world, and it's becoming really much more than what it is, and now we're getting
and that's what a lot of people was pissed off about. That's the number one reason people was pissed off about Far From Home, because they did that play again, and it's only so much that they like, why y'all keep doing that? Like just make it do what it do. And I mean, I doubt, of course right now that'll happen, man, since Iron Man is dead. But we never did really get to see him. I mean, the most we saw was when him and Rhodey fought in Iron Man 2, and he wasn't necessarily being an quote unquote alcoholic. He was just depressed because he was dying at the time. So
and then I think too, that's kind of a hard thing to put Robert Downey Jr. in that character,
right?
Considering his turmoil past.
Yeah. So I mean, with that being said, it would have been perfect for Robert Downey Jr., but I think it would probably been more so triggering, because
it definitely been triggering for him.
So we don't want to see Robert. Because I like Robert Downey Jr. and I remember back in the 90s when he was going through all that stuff, and I remember saying to myself, and I remember as a teenager saying this to myself, like, dang, I don't think this dude gonna make it to the year 2000. Like, right. I remember saying this like 96, 97, 98. You know what I'm saying? I was like, and here we are in 2021. He's one of the biggest stars in the world. We
thought we was gonna be singing "We Miss Robert."
Right.
We miss Robert.
Right. Yeah, that part, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, we thought he was gonna be out. Man, you ain't. Did she not on that? Did she not on that?
You should talk to Dave. Dave will put that on his cross. He ain't Brian Michael Bendis with a passion.
Yo, did she, man? Oh, I ain't saying nothing else about Mel. Mel, when she mentioned that, when she said that right there.
Hey man, that was like the Voldemort.
Like, for real talk. And
But
it's
man,
crazy.
you're absolutely right. See, Marvel, and this we actually, I don't know if you called the last show, we had a buddy on our show who actually works for Marvel. And you know, his style and art and his storytelling, you know, he's really good at what he does. He brings a lot of flair to the characters and a lot of next level thinking to the source material. And I'm sure plenty of artists at Marvel have that capability, plenty of writers, but Marvel is making everything basically to sell movies. It's like, you
That's
know,
all they doing now. I mean, their books are basically how they tried to play the toys of the 80s. Their
yep,
books are just promotions for the movies now.
that's
That's
all it is. That's all it is. And I mean,
that's all the books are now. They
and
just
Brian Michael Bendis, by them having one guy that can write the direction of the stories, that means all the stories will stay into where they need them to go for the cinematic universe, which is so dumb because you wouldn't even have the cinematic universe if it didn't have the original storytelling and the different concept and the different artists. Like one of y'all biggest character comes from Deadpool right now, from a guy who brought the character in and he literally kind of made him overnight on a whim as a joke. And then y'all put Cable in there, which is another character that a guy just made off a whim to try to submit something and then became a household name. So you need that originality. You need that extra thinking and those capabilities. I mean, really, that's the reason why all the original great artists and writers left back in the day, because they was doing the same thing to them now. So that's not, I wish in my heart of hearts, I wish Image was running a cinematic universe. Can you imagine what it would be like? Yeah, the whole Hank Pym beating his wife thing. That's the thing. Again, Marvel is doing everything politically correct now, so they're not trying to tell those type of stories. DC would. That's the difference between DC and Marvel right now. DC is going to see like how it is. Marvel's going to try to sugarcoat. Of course, they're under Disney.
But see, here's the funny thing, though. Here's the funny thing, though. That was what made Marvel appealing to begin with, because they were the
That's
ones.
what I said. Yeah,
You know, like it was them at first. They were the, you know, they were humans trying to become. They were humans that were struggling with this whole superpower responsibility. Where Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, you know, they were rich folk and gods and goddesses and all this type of stuff, you know. And that's
every
what,
man's hero. They
you
were
know,
every man's hero.
that's what the whole
Everybody could aspire to be an Avenger. Like when Tanya said, "Who's Arrow? Who's Falcon?" Like that's how it was back in the day. They was just guys that put on a costume and go out and do their thing.
And speaking on Bendis, like when he was doing, of course, the Ultimate Marvel Universe, you know what I'm saying, with Ultimate Spider-Man, like I loved his writing on that, because it was a cool, you know, modern take on the characters and whatnot. But the last thing that we all needed was to see him, you know what I'm saying, evolve, and as far as like go take the 616 Marvel Universe and then just turning on his ear. Like we didn't you know, just muck it up. That's pretty much what he did. He just mucked it all up. And like I haven't really followed the main Marvel books in a minute, because you already know about, hey, I've been telling you for years that it's all corporate now. They are the corporate comics, as I call Marvel and DC. That's all they are doing. They're just trying to sell book. They're just doing stories in between movies, just like when Amazing Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out. That was the last movie that you saw, sis. If you're still in the building, the one with Jamie Foxx, that was the Amazing Spider-Man 2. They had the storyline of, you know, when Peter Parker died and Doc Octopus took over his body, which made him the superior Spider-Man. That storyline lasted from the length of the Amazing Spider-Man 1 premiere to the Amazing Spider-Man 2 premiere, which I predicted, because I was like, hey, he'll be back by the time the next movie come out. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody hyped up, oh my God, they killed Peter Parker, Spider-Man dead, and Doc Ock. I'm like, oh, that'll all last. That'll all last, you know, by the time the next movie come out. I mean, the best thing to do right now, Mel, as far as things go, is just collect independent books. You know, like independent books, like either something from Image or, you know, something indie, like, you know, shameless, no, not a shameless plug, a deliberate plug, you know, books created by UGI Studios, which is founded by me and Johnny Quest Gaming. So, you know, at the end of the day, that's the best route to go with, because, you know, the corporate books, they ain't what they used to be, because, you know, now that they have become mainstream and popular, you know what I'm saying, they have to they trying hard to appease everybody, and you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't.
Well, I mean, I don't even think they're trying to appease, bro. They're just trying to. It's made to generate revenue. It's made to create a certain fan base. It's made to hook on to certain people to drive sales. At the end of the day, they're just trying to do sales. But I mean, really, as far as like Marvel Universe, right now they're in a premise where they're just rehashing and retelling the same stories from the 80s and the 90s. You know, they just had this whole symbiote thing with Carnage and all that, which we've already seen. You know what I mean? They had another thing that was going on with the Phalanx Coven. We've already seen that. They refuse. Like X-Men is only going to the Phoenix Saga. Like they're still retelling the Phoenix Saga over again, the X-Men series. You had the House of M
41 years ago.
Right. You got the House of M series that they were doing. I mean, I enjoyed the new Spider-Man series that was done by Ryan Otley.
I mean, the only reason to look at that, to even care about that series is just solely off the art of Ryan Otley.
Right.
But I ain't gonna lie to you, even that wasn't gonna really sell me that much, because like when I seen one shot of Peter Parker and he was looking like a brown-haired Mark Grayson, and I was like he needs to have his own face. You can't have him looking like a brown-haired Mark Grayson, bro.
Hey,
like,
man. At least they didn't all look like Sean Connery. Rest in peace. No shot, no shade at my boy J. Scott Campbell. But some artists, they just draw the characters like that. But if you're interested in comics and you want to see some really great stuff, have you checked out Bitter Root? That's a really good one. That's a really, really great series.
I gotta catch up and reading it.
About to be a movie.
I'm gonna hook you up. Like, see, I wish Mel lived near us, because you already know, dog. I ain't monster work. I'm gonna be quiet right there, because we're on air. So just I'm gonna talk to you later on, Mel, about how to obtain collections. You feel me? But yeah, though, yeah, that's all crazy. And shout outs to my friend Fool Richardson, a fellow comic book artist here as well. Well, she was Georgia based, and she is getting ready to move out of the state of Georgia. For those that don't know, if you've seen the show Lovecraft Country, which was a big hit on HBO last year, but they canceled the show. She did the art storyboard, so that she did the art in the comic books that the young girl drew in the on the show, and she did the concept art as well. So you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, she's freaking dope with it. She has her own series coming out called Aquarius, the Book of Myrrh. It's already been fully funded on Kickstarter, so she is in the process of getting that all together, along with a soundtrack for her series as well. Is going to be published under Image Comics, so definitely be on the lookout for that, coming soon. Straight up like that. Shout outs to Food.
So not really a whole lot in video games right now. One classic that's come back is the Grand Theft Auto Definitive Edition. I'm actually been playing that. Shameless plug, been streaming that on my Twitch. If y'all want to check me out, it's CJ on Grand Theft Auto. Y'all can check that out. But they did a remaster of the OG Grand Theft Autos, as we like to call them, Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto
from San Andreas. Hey, that part.
That's the classic. That's my joint. I mean, man, I can't help it. I love it. I got it. I got my joint. That was my thing, Grand Theft Auto. And of course, we always talk about Outriders on the channel. We kind of stopped because the game didn't have any updates, but this week they actually got a huge, massive update. A lot of changes to the game and gameplay, and additional new weapons and drops. And then next year they got a whole new game size DLC for free that's dropping. So definitely checking that out. I really don't have nothing much in the world of music. I actually been listening to some old school, some Gil Scott Heron. Been listening to that. Checking out the We Lost Detroit. Been listening to that. That's been in my playlist for a little while now. Another thing in music, man. Disappointment in music. I had to say this on the channel, man. Was the horrible display that I saw of a man who is completely controversial right now is the baby, and between him and his girl. And it was just one thing. I'm sorry, Slim, man. It was disgusting to me, man. I think right now we become a culture where
themselves baby.
Well, of course, but I think I want to speak on it because I think as a culture, speaking to the young men growing up, it is not cool, and will it ever be cool to mistreat women or your children? It will never be cool. It will never be a part of society that should be socially accepted, respected, or put in the forefront. So for all of y'all that follow him and music like that, and you think that it's cool, man, it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not. And we're not talking about council culture, but at the end of the day, that particular culture of misabusing our queens and our children, that need to be counseled immediately. And that's pretty much all I got to say on that.
You know what I'm saying? Like you got, when it comes to the women, the goddesses of this world, you know what I'm saying? Like, first and foremost, I mean, it lets you know that something's wrong when grown men out here calling themselves baby. They acting like babies. They acting like children, and I don't care who hears it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the only person that should be calling a grown man baby is either his mama or his woman. Other than that, if you out here calling yourself baby, you a whole fool out here. And
I just don't understand how you be on the road saying that, like, baby, they want you downstairs.
Yeah,
excuse me, baby, is you hungry? Baby, we ready to go.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, like, ain't nothing you got to say that I want to hear. I rather you call yourself man than call yourself baby. I mean, come on,
right?
Yeah, like that's that's a no. And before we head out, you know what I'm saying, we got another movie, of course, coming out at the end of this week, which me and Johnny Quest Gaming and a whole bunch of people, well, not a whole bunch of people, but two other people we plan on seeing, which is the long-awaited sequel, the long-awaited next entry to a franchise dear to us from the 1980s, Ghostbusters Afterlife. Ghostbusters Afterlife is coming out this week. We've been waiting on this mug since last summer, but of course, y'all know how 2020 went down. We've been waiting on this mug since last summer, and we finally get to see it. Finn Wolfhard is one of the characters plays is in this movie. You know, Mikey from Stranger Things, along with the immortal Paul Rudd. Who of course plays Ant-Man in the MCU. So
and they voted dude world's sexiest man. Ain't that crazy?
Who, me? Because I mean, if they hadn't gave me the crown, I acknowledge no other. So
nah, bro. They made this man world's sexiest man. I don't know, but you know what's crazy about Paul Rudd? He definitely immortal because
he's been looking the same for like almost 30 years.
Yeah, bro. But I watched the YouTube video where they showed this man on Hold on, you want to share that screen, that Slim? But they showed this man on the Super Nintendo commercial.
Oh yeah. I remember that thing. Yeah, the commercial when he was playing the Super Nintendo. Yeah.
I got it pulled up. So yeah, that's Afterlife, y'all. But a little heartbreaking part about this is it was originally written by Dan Aykroyd and the actor who played Egon in the movie,
Harold Ramis.
Harold Ramis, and this is continuing his legacy. I think these people are actually his family members, and the little girl is supposed to be the new female version of Egon. And he passed away before they actually got to put the movie out. So it's a lot of his storyline in there that he didn't actually get to participate in. Because again, everything been crazy, but these movies, man, y'all gotta start putting these movies out and stop waiting, man. These people don't live forever.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I mean, other than the Stones, well, even the Stones proved that they don't live forever with the drummer being gone, but because that's the first member of the Stones to die since Brian Jones back in the 60s. But other than that, it's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, let's get this content out here, y'all. Let's get these movies out. Let's get these toys out. Let's get these books out, there's animation.
Let's just get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Let's get it. That's what the move is, y'all. You know what I'm saying? From Johnny Quest Gaming to me, yo, we appreciate y'all for coming out. You know what I'm saying? Making it do what it do. Anything else on your plate, there, dog? Anything else on your plate, or you ate it all up?
Hey man, happy belated birthday to my son Tristan. Shout outs to him. He had his birthday this weekend.
Hey.
Happy birthday to upcoming birthday to my baby girl Corey, aka Baby K, and my mom on the 29th. And happy Thanksgiving to y'all, man. Sorry I don't have no camera feed right now. Apparently my computer is going through some things. It's trying to make me update to Windows 11, kicking and screaming, so it's been shutting down stuff. So yeah, but other than that, man, Mel, Tanya, everybody else that came out, man, we appreciate y'all, and we look forward to seeing y'all next episode.
I don't think it was any signing contract issue with Ghostbusters, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not for certain, but we'll get that information back to you on that, Mel, as far as that go. I don't think it was a contract issue regarding Ghostbusters as far as I know. I would love to see a Stripes 2 also, Tanya. I would love to see a Stripes 2 also. Like for real. Once again, you know, like Johnny Quest Gaming said, hey, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Or if you don't celebrate the holiday, because I know some that don't, this
happy
weekend.
Friendsgiving.
This weekend, my friend Cherry, her birthday is this weekend, the 21st. Happy birthday to Cherry. You know what I'm saying? I will be getting ready to go live in a little bit on my channel, y'all, doing some art on my channel, probably around about 9 o'clock right now, 7:51 p.m. So probably like around 9 o'clock, I'm gonna go live on my channel to do some art. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all go check out the content on Johnny Quest Gaming channel. You know, also, you know, of course, on November the 6th, that was the day my mom passed 9 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to my mom. She's going to be drawn on episode 160 of my art series, Goat1408 TV. Meantime, between times, from Johnny Quest Gaming to myself, Slim Jim Longfoot. Yo, we appreciate y'all. So we're going to see y'all when we see y'all. All right? Nerd Strip Club, we out.